Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. So the topic of today's video, are you drinking contaminated water, radioactive water? 170 million Americans are drinking radioactive water. So that is going to be the topic of today. So just wanted to show you real quick before then all this standing water that we have around here, and you can see the rain hitting the water again here. So got a lot of water all through this area. Usually this would be much worse out here, but since I put the wood chips in, it is much better. But yeah, we're big issue here in the United States with drinking contaminated water. So I'm actually going to go over here underneath the awning because once again, today is the third day in a row that we have had rain all day long. So we're going to go over here, and I got some notes, so I want to share this with you. This is really pertinent information, I think, okay? So the E.W.G, which is the Environment Working Group, okay? They have done some studies. They went to 50,000 different water systems all over the 50 states in the United States, and they tested the water. And they found that 170 million Americans are basically drinking radioactive water. Okay, so let's see that they have a map. So if you go over to the E.W.G's website, you will see this map, and it'll kind of pinpoint where the issues are as far as contaminated water goes. Okay, so the biggest problem that they have, actually the worst state, believe it or not, which actually is not a surprise. We're going to get into the worst state in a second. I think you guys will be able to kind of figure it out, okay? But the consumption of radioactive contaminants may lead, I like how they say may lead if you're drinking radioactive water, may lead to a risk of cancer. So think about this. You have 170 million people in the United States are drinking contaminated water. Now, the E.P.A. set the standard for what's an acceptable amount of radiation in your water back in 1976. So it's 70 cases per 1 million. That's the standard that they have. So California, of course, sets the standard with saying that they want their water to be much cleaner than that. But it's that is the acceptable level set by the E.P.A. back in 1976. Well, the E.W.G, which is again the Environmental Working Group, says that that standard that was set in 1976 is outdated. It needs to be updated. Okay. In 27 states, the amount of contamination in the water was higher than the E.P.A. standard, which, again, the E.P.A. set a standard that wasn't, like I said, according to updated versions, it should be much higher. But from their lowered standards, 27 states had a higher amount of radiation in the water. Now, what is the main one, okay? Radium, R-A-D-I-U-M. That is the highest concentration in the water. Now, radium goes through the earth naturally through the earth's crust, okay? So it normally gets into the soil and stuff like that. But with the drilling or oil and gas drilling, it has distributed that more into the drinking water, okay? So when you have, it's known as ionizing. So these ions get into the drinking water because of the drilling, the fracking, obviously, in the natural gas drilling. So that is causing issues, and it's causing these ions to ionize, and so that's what's causing the issue with this getting into the drinking water. Okay, so the state with the highest percentage of people drinking radioactive water, not a surprise, guys, it's Texas. Okay, now if you look at the map, and if like I said, if you go to the website, you're going to see this map, and it'll show you where the highest concentrations are. So in Texas, if you are in West Texas, you're probably in better shape, okay? But if you are over where all the oiling or all the oils done and stuff like that, like basically Dallas, Houston, all those areas, the chances are you're drinking contaminated water. All right. So the problem with drinking the contaminated water, I had written this down and I just wanted to share this with you. Okay, where is that? I wrote down a bunch of stuff so I went. Okay, so it also is going to affect fetal growth and brain development in pregnant women. So you're going to have a tremendous amount of issues. So what amazes me is that out of the 50 states, and like I said, they went to 50,000 different water sources. So it's not like they just did a couple, okay? And 27 states exceeded what the EPA's recommended level is. And again, that standard was set in 1976. So obviously, that's way, way outdated as far as that goes. So really scary stuff. So the chances are, there's a 1 in 2 chance basically, if there's 170 million Americans, actually better than 50% of Americans are drinking radioactive water. So that's something that needs to be looked into, especially if you're going to be talking about an increase of cancer and all those issues. I mean, you look at, everybody knows the movie Erin Brockovich, and, with what happened with her fighting out in California, and all those people having cancer and dying and having all kinds of issues because they were drinking contaminated water. And the power company out there, on Pacific Northwest, PG, I think it's Pacific Northwest, I believe is the power company. I'm probably wrong, so if I'm wrong, please correct me. But that power company is the same one that just had the whole issues with all the fires and stuff out there. And I actually talked about them as well, again, and they just filed for bankruptcy protection. So, imagine that, right? But they were the ones that got hammered with that whole controversy back then, because they knew these people were drinking contaminated water and people were getting cancer and dying and having all kinds of issues. So again, if you're drinking this water, this iodizing of the water, you're having major issues, and it's going to cause cancer. It's going to have definitely effect on women that are pregnant, like I said, with fetal growth and brain development. So and you wonder why the increase of cancer continues to go up and up and up. I think this might be a really good reason, guys. Having radioactive water, and more than half of the Americans in this country are drinking that radioactive water. So please, I want you guys to go over to, again, it's the Environmental Working Group, the E.W.G. I want you to go over to their website, and I want you to check that out, and it'll show you this map, and it's actually really scary. Very, very scary stuff. So the chances are that a lot of us out here are drinking tainted water, and that's frightening, especially with the fracking that's going on, the increase of the fracking, natural gas stuff. They're always going for the natural gas and stuff like that too. That is affecting. It's making this radium. It's making this radium seep into the soil from the soil into the water sources. So, and then it's causing iodization, and that is a very, very frightening thing. So I definitely thought that was something I definitely wanted to share with you guys, to give you a heads up, because that's not something that everybody knows. I mean, who's gonna knowingly, on purpose, drink radioactive water? And this is tap water, guys. This is stuff that's coming out of your sinks that you're cooking with, all those type of things. So definitely very, very frightening, and definitely something that is not a good time. So anyway, today is May 14th. It's Tuesday, 2019. I don't think I said that in the beginning of the video. I really want to just get into the subject because it's so it's pretty powerful, actually. It's pretty scary at the same time. But so yeah, this is definitely something to be concerned about. Okay, so again, my suggestion for most people, if you can do it, set yourself up a rain catchment system and collect that water that's coming down before it gets into the ground, and obviously filter that, purify it. That would be good drinking water if you did it that way. Maybe that's why they don't want people to do, you know, rain catchment systems. So because it's about all about control, and so we got all the cats out here chilling out. We got Max is over here on the corner. We got Buddy. We got Molly, and then Lucy was just over there behind the barrels. But yeah, again, the weather here today at the homestead continues to be crap. This is the third straight day of rain, and again today is in the 40s. And if you can see up on top, the smoke coming off the chimney, we have the fire going again today. Crazy, crazy, crazy weather, and it just doesn't stop. So a couple things I want to mention again real quick. The sale continues at the website, 25% off any bucket meal that you want to do if you want to buy Legacy Foods. If it's a bucket plan, it's a 25% discount on that. So if you are interested in purchasing that, please, you know, go there. You can save 25%. It's a great way to do, you know, if you're looking to add freeze-dried food to your food storage. Also, again, on my website, we have the Prepperness One community. I wanted to mention that real quick. Totally free to join. If you're looking to try to hook up with like-minded people to talk, to try to form a group, it's a great way to do it. And so absolutely check that out as well. So even again, I wanted to share this with you guys too. On a day like today, with the weather being as crappy as it is, we are still bringing in power. So even on an overcast day, we are still bringing in power to the power system. We've been running ever since, you know, we got up on our solar system. So that's, you know, that's the cool thing about it. Even in inclement weather, you know, if it's raining, we're still collecting power. So anyway, guys, I want to hear your feedback on this topic of today's video. I think it's a hugely important topic. So please let me hear what you have to think, you know, in the comments below. Remember, guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Also, hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of updates. YouTube is playing a lot of games, unsubscribing people, so and turning off the bell notification. So please keep an eye on those, okay? I hope everybody's doing well. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That's important to remember. Also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. That's really, really important. And then also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is yourself. Nobody else can stop you, okay? So stay focused, stay happy, stay away from negativity, guys. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.